YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you a Hackmons Pokemon Showdown battle. Yeah, this is a new tier I'm adding to the channel. Well, it depends. If you guys want more of these kind of battles, then let me know and I'll be glad to upload more. So in case you don't know, Hackmons is basically you can choose any Pokemon you want, you can give it any ability you want, and you can give it one move that it doesn't learn naturally, and then the rest of the moves it has to learn naturally. So that is exactly what I have here, and I'll go into my team a little bit. I don't want to go too extensive, but basically Fortress has Prankster, so it can set up hazards real fast as well as Spore. And then I have an Arceus with Mean Look Perish Song just to trap some old pokes real quick and then take them out if they're big threats. Deoxys Speed has Scrappy, so it can rapid spin against anything except Magic Guard. Chansey is my Wonder Guard phaser, which has Whirlwind, and so the only thing that can hit it is fighting type, so that's good. And then I have my two pokes that kinda break this metagame apart, which is Zekrom, which is Choice Banded, and Choice Specs, Kyurem White. And basically, since they have Terravolt and Turbo Blaze, they are able to basically be the anti-meta of this tier, and that is why I call this team anti-meta, because basically it's mold breaker, so that way Wonder Guard pokes like Spiritomb don't really stand a chance against Kyurem White or Zekrom, and yeah, they're able to do a ton of damage. By the way, if you are wondering why you can't really see much of the opponent's team, that is because this is exactly how you see it when you come into battle. You only see their first poke and then the first poke in your roster, and then as they show more pokes you can see the rest of their team. So yeah, let's see how this battle goes. So I start out with my Fortress here so I can get up my hazards as soon as possible, and so he starts out with Latios and I have no idea what it does, so I just go for the Spore right away, and then I'm able to get my rocks right afterwards. He brings in Victini and I'm scared of a fire move, so I do go into Arceus to take the blue flare rather nicely. So I go for the Mean Look here, trying to trap him in, but of course he has the U-turn, and so I'm not able to trap him in, unfortunately. So now he goes into Giratina, and I'm usually expecting a Magic Bounce Giratina, as that's what they seem to run in this tier. I really don't know too much about it though. Nonetheless, I go for the Mean Look, and he's trapped in. And then I go for the Perish Song. It turns out, you can't see it here, but he does have Arena Trap, Shadow Tag, whichever you'd like to call it. And so I go for the Perish Song as there's really nothing else I can do. So I'm like, okay, I trapped you. Oh, of course he has U-turn. Of course. So my Arceus does go down due to Perish Song, and I can just bring in Zekrom. I was debating bringing Zekrom or Kyurem White in, but I just turned out doing Zekrom, and it worked out perfectly fine as the Bolt Strike did a ton of damage. And so now I'm going to go for the Bolt Strike again, and it seems like he's just using his Latias as death fodder now, and I can just finish that off. By the way, with the team preview, you can see it now because this is a recording after the battle, so you can see all the pokes, but at the time I couldn't see all of his pokes. But anyway, the Victini comes in, we do a bit of damage to each other. I'm surprised he didn't go for the blue flare trying to burn me, but nonetheless I'm able to take him out. And then here he claims that he went for the E-Speed, but I don't know, I guess it didn't work out, maybe a misclick or something, but I was able to take out the Lucario in one hit. So he comes up Giratina thinking he can take me out with the U-turn, but that is not the case, and he decides to preserve his Fortress actually and switching back into Giratina. That thing is way too bulky, and so I'm just going for Bolt Strikes until no end, until I have to struggle here, because my Zekrom's basically useless now. So now the Giratina's at very nice health, and I come in with Deoxys Speed just to go for the Rapid Spin, because I don't want any toxic spikes harming my team. So now he goes for the Perish Song, and I'm not too worried. Here I'm just E-speeding because I just want to get a Psycho Boost off on something at the end at full power, even though it's probably not going to do too much. I do have special attack investment, but that's because all stats are invested in this tier. Like you can put 252 in everything, and then you can also choose natures though. So eventually he Perish traps me and U-turns out, and my Deoxys Speed now dies. So now it is 3-on-3. It's going to be pretty close. I need to be very careful here. Basically, the goal is I need to get my hazards up as soon as possible so I can get his pokes out of the way. So now this Chansey is going to be a problem as it can just wish pass forever, and he has the advantage of having the perish trap in here. So I have to be very careful here, making sure that I don't lose valuable pokes. And really all my pokes are valuable right now, that was the thing. So here he wish passes in a fortress. I'm honestly not really worried about that, because even though he's at full power, here you can tell since I have the mold breaker for Ubers, I'm able to break through with Sturdy, and of course Fusion Flare. Crit does not matter, as he's times 4 weak. But anyway, now he comes in with Giratina, and he's able to Perish Trap me. There is nothing I can do. I am choice locked into Fusion Flare, and even though I'm Specs, modest, I'm just doing nothing to this Giratina, mostly because he resisted probably and it's not stab. But still, it's base 100 power. So he's just going to roof stall me here until the final turn, and now he's going to be able to U-turn out, and my Kyurem White is now gone. So basically my only hope here is to get my fortress in, get a ton of hazards up, and yeah, that's the plan. So I go for the Toxic Spikes because I definitely need to get Toxic Spikes in order to stall him out. And then I go for the Spore because I need that Perish Song to be as delayed as possible so I can get up all of my hazards. So now, at this rate, since I already have one layer of spikes up and the rest of my hazards are good, that no matter when he starts the Perish Song, I'm going to be useless anyway, so by the time I die, I will have all of my hazards up. And here you can see he has the Gastro Acid, and basically Gastro Acid just negates your ability. So like for Magic Guard, for example, that way you're able to just hit it with anything. But anyway, this is very key here. He goes into Chansey as my fortress now dies. He switches out with Giratina to go for the Perish Trap, but I go for the Whirlwind in order to switch him out, predicting a switch, of course. So, due to all the hazards and the toxic damage, Chansey goes down. So all Giratina can do now is Perish Song, because if he tries stalling me out in any other way, like trying to kill me through U-turn, the toxic will eventually get to him. So basically all we're doing here is wasting a bunch of turns until Perish Song takes us out. Because obviously aromatherapy is not going to cure me of this deadly song anytime soon, and he certainly can't U-turn out to his many dead pokes. So, especially since I have Wonder Guard, as you can see there. So, that's the end. Perish Song takes us out, and that was an amazing game. So that was a really fun battle, Soda. Alright guys, thank you for watching as always. Yeah, thank you Soda for being willing to have an amazing Hackmons battle with me. It was probably the best one of the day, as there were definitely some ups and downs of this tier today. It's definitely a weird tier. Tell me what you guys think about it, because I'll only upload if you want it to, and that's the only reason I'd want to get better at it, because honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of like Ubers, where many sets are very similar to each other, so it does kind of get a little boring after a while, but if I'm able to revolutionize this tier, that would be very cool to do. So yeah, let me know your opinions on that, and thank you guys as always for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.